So, hello, welcome back to Grace Nicole Myths, Astrology and Tarot. These are the full moon in Libra, Who Am I, secret code name readings. This is secret code name Shakespeare. All right, this is someone's personal secret code name. They booked it through my Etsy shop. I let them know that Shakespeare was their secret code name, and so they know this is their reading. All right, for everybody else who is drawn to it in divine time or resonated to it, know that there is most likely a message in here for you. Okay, and if you would ever like your own personal secret code name reading, the link to my Etsy shop is in the description. All right, you can always book them there. Now, I'm using my Mirror of the Soul Tarot today to get insight into what your healing light is and what your healing dark is, right? Your yang energy and your yin energy, your light and your dark, because together they are in harmony and balance with each other. Okay, and then we're also going to address the shadow or the gray in between that muddles the two. Okay, the shadow that muddles the two. And that's the hurt from other people that you've learned. The hurt people, because the healing light and the healing dark work together to ripple healing, but the shadow is what you learn from other hurt people, and that's the hurt people karma. So we're going to address what they are so that you can embrace your light and your dark equally for the healing that they are, and let your shadow go, right? Identifying what the shadow is so that you can more easily let it go. It's not authentic to you, it's what you learned from other people. So, secret code name Shakespeare. Spirit, insight into their healing light, please. For secret code name Shakespeare and those who would be drawn to it in divine time. Clarities, please. Okay. Healing dark. What is the healing dark? Clarities, please. You like being a little miracle. All right, what's the shadow, please, Spirit? What is the shadow? All right. 10 of Coins is on the bottom. Knight of Wands is on top. All right, so you might know you got a lot of fire. Okay. You know, if you think of Shakespeare, it's always, you know, the divine comedy or the divine tragedy, right? Tragedy and comedy. I think with the Knight of Wands on top, you know you got a lot of fire. Underlying issue, 10 of Coins with the 3 of Cups and the 8 of Cups with the Lust card. You may have a thing for being distracted by third-party people that are not aligned with you, because you think it's more likely to create the dream vision with them in the real reality sense, like if you wanted the house and the picket fence and the car and the dog type thing. being attracted to third-party karmic energies that are not actually aligned with you, because you could see how it's possible to create the dream with them. But you got a lot of fire. And you communicate with a lot of fire. A lot of passion in your choices. So much so that sometimes it comes off as impulsive. But it's not necessarily a bad thing. Okay? Now, Nine of Cups with the King of Discs, Temperance, and the Six of Swords for your healing light. You just want everybody to be happy, right? Happiness and temperance. The Nine of Cups is the happiness card. It's also a wish granted. I think you make happiness an art form. In your healing light, seeing other people happy, you treat it like art. You appreciate it like art. And it takes time for you, like the meticulousness of it. You like seeing other people happy. Like, you might be one of them people that often will say, I don't care, you know, what the result is between the two of us, as long as they're happy, right? As long as they're happy. King of Discs with the Six of Swords. You might be your own master manifester and move on quickly. Like your ripple. Because if you can see this King of Discs, it's the princes in this deck, but the princes are the kings. But you could see I've never really noticed it before, like the ripple coming off this energy. It's like a booming type energy. Like the earth shakes when you move forward, or someone's world shakes when you move forward. Your presence is felt. Your presence is felt coming in and going out. Now you're healing dark, your yin energy. We got double Mars. Mars with Capricorn and Mars with Leo. Then we got Sagittarian energy with the Nine of Wands and the Scorpionic energy with the Aeon, or the Judgment card. You're healing dark, I feel, as if you're contracted to stand up for yourself when this Nine of Cups turns into the Nine of Wands, where you feel like you're taking on too much now. Like, yeah, helping someone be happy or finding happiness is like an art form for you. It's beautiful for you, but labors of love sometimes, let's just say, they don't always turn out to be the masterpiece we hope they would be, right? The Nine of Wands is very Chiron type energy, where we're on our last leg and we are on the verge of martyring ourselves. And that's where you resurrect your ability to defend yourself, stand up for yourself, and boom out as fast or as noticeably as you boomed in. Like, this is your light and your dark. This is the healing. This is the healing parts of you that are beautiful and whole when they work together. The fact that you can look at someone's happiness and the achieving of it like an art, that it's beautiful, and that you would be super grateful to witness it, right, in all of its beauty. But also knowing when to stand up for yourself and say, nope, enough is enough, and I'm not going to put myself into the ground for it. I'm going to come back stronger than I was before for it instead. Now the shadow in between, the gray, because shadows are not true darkness, but they're not true light either. They're that muddled in between light and dark area. It doesn't exist in yin yang. We got the Ten of Swords with the Sun, and the King of Swords with the Nine of Swords. So your pursuit of happiness, right, when muddled with your wanting to stand up for yourself, but also being kind of a victim of your own not wanting to judge people and to pursue the happiness or the perfection of it at all costs, like the perfection of the piece, not knowing when to just start with a blank canvas. This energy in the shadow, you would sabotage yourself with your light. That you would continue and to paint and paint and paint and paint and paint and paint and paint happiness for someone. Never finishing the piece, when really you probably should stand up for yourself and cut the energy off, whether permanently or temporarily. But once you've sabotaged yourself so much with your light, you might have to cut people off, and it might seem cruel. It might seem cruel because the Nine of Swords is the cruelty card. Right? That Mars energy from over here. Instead of standing up for yourself and setting healthy boundaries, like maybe I'll only work on this piece 3 hours a day instead of, I don't know, instead of 12. You know, like healthy boundaries, so that you don't feel like it's taking up everything. Because people don't necessarily need to be cut off. It's just that you put so much time and energy into it, and you didn't know when to just walk away or start over. And it's not their fault. That's yours. That's what your shadow does. Has you sabotage yourself and betray yourself with your light. And then cut people off and be nasty about it, like all that you've done for their happiness. It's like, yeah, but did you forget how happy you were focusing on their happiness? It made you happy too, to see them happy. It wasn't just their happiness that you were working on. Your shadow would tell you that you've done so much for their happiness, and it would negate your own. You would betray your own. The fact that you were truly happy helping someone else be happy. Your shadow, not only would it give endlessly to someone else's happiness, keep giving, keep giving, keep giving. When it finally felt like it has had enough, it hurts the other person, and that's not fair. Because it also hurts yourself, because it's all time wasted. It really does have to, it comes back to this. With the fiery energy, the impulse, and you wanting the dream with just a third party, not realizing that there's someone necessarily that is meant to create stability with you, energetic stability, like divine desire, peace, someone who considers your happiness too, type thing. Takes the head off your ego, like it's not always you who has to do all the work. Like this is the comedy, the beauty of the romance, and the interplay of characters. It's like having fun with the canvas, and this is the tragedy. Secret code name Shakespeare. This is the tragedy. Yeah, sometimes tragedies make for a good story. But stories and living it out in real life are two different things. Everybody can enjoy a tragic movie like Romeo and Juliet, but would they want to live it? For real? This isn't you. This is what you learned. You learned to give and give and give and give, and then when someone doesn't give back, or someone is unpleasable and is still not happy even with all that you give, you get upset and cut them off. Because you're so focused on their happiness that you're losing sight of the fact that their happiness is also yours. Like, you actually enjoy seeing other people happy. That makes you happy. So it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter if they consider your happiness and how to make you happy, because the only way to really make you happy is to be happy themselves with what you're doing for them to be happy. Because if anybody said to you, well, what would make you happy? You'd be like, I would just be happy that you're happy. Like, that would be your answer. I would just be happy that you're happy. Are you sure? Like, a fucking strawberry cheesecake wouldn't make you happy? And you're like, no, of course it would make me happy. But long-term happiness, like, you would be happiest knowing that they were happy. So if that's how you're happy, then is it really anybody's fault? If you're not happy, or your shadows are telling you, like, they're not focusing on making you happy. They don't have to. It's literally like all you. No one can make you happy but you, because you're the one that gets happy when other people are happy, and you like making other people happy. Like, you're happy making other people happy. So your shadow who says they're not making you happy, you should cut them off. Well, they can't make you happy, because you only get happy when you're making other people happy. That requires you making other people happy. They can't do it for you. You know what I mean? So the shadow, this is not you. This is what you learned. If they're not focusing on you the way you're focusing on them, fuck your shadow. We don't fuck with gray, right? Fuck your shadow. This is your healing. That is your hurt people shit. But this is your healing. This is your, I love seeing other people happy and helping them be happy. And I do know how to stand up for myself when I've spent too much time in a day or too much time in a week. And I know how to go back to my own self and do the things that I love to do for me. Like, I make myself happy doing things for me, no different than I do things for other people to see them happy. I'm a happiness generator. And I love it. Like, that's your healing. That's your healing. Healed people heals people shit. I'm a happiness generator. And when I need to stand up for myself and take my own energy back and just reclaim it and recharge my batteries, like, I can. But all of this, people owe me what I give them shit. They can't possibly repay your energy. Well, if they want you to be happy too, it literally means that they have to allow you to focus on their happiness and being happy. You know what I mean? So I hope this makes sense. You can let the self-sabotage and the cruelty go, because it's just your shadows playing fucked up games, and it's not fair. It's just ruining the happiness. It's just ruining the beauty of happiness creation. The art of it. Sometimes you need to take a step away from the painting and not look at it for a couple days. Look at it with fresh eyes. You know what I mean? See what needs a little color here, a little pop there, make it better. It's okay to step away for a couple days sometimes, to take a look at it from a distance, get a different perspective. All right. So I have faith that this helps. Fuck the gray. That's your learned hurt, right? Fuck the gray. Stick to your healing, your light and your dark. The darkness serves the light always. All right. Divine balance. So until next time, guys, drop a like if you haven't already. Leave a comment. Let me know if it resonated. If this was in fact your secret code name, I always greatly appreciate reviews left in the Etsy shop. Always. My love and support is with you. Until that beautiful next time, take care of yourself, guys. See ya.